Hey everybody, Goosebumps or Dummies here. I just ran a marathon. Yeah, and today I'm going to be reviewing Monsters at Midnight. At like 7 or 8 p.m. at night. No. That has nothing to do with the story, really. It's just a pun title. Cool title, I guess, whatever. It sells the book. I guess it's cool. And, this is the first of the IDW comics. Now, not my first review. I actually have already reviewed Download and Die. Check that out if you want. Not gonna force you to, or am I? But now we're gonna be reviewing Monsters at Midnight, the most popular of the IDW comics. And one of the most controversial, easily, because the others have pretty dead set ideas behind them, or opinions. This one, I've heard varying reviews, and I'm going to be part of a majority. I'm not gonna have like, oh, this is very unique opinion, so that out of the way. Let's dive in. And now for the blurb. Or as Urk would say, now for blurb. Brave the spine-tingling world of R.L. Stine to uncover the thrills and chills of the first ever Goosebumps graphic novel to feature an original story. Very nice. Writer Jeremy Lambert and artist Chris Finoglio kick things off with a new creepy carousel spinner Horrorland, so there's your credits. When Mia and Ginny go to stay at their grandma's mothball-filled house for the summer, lovely, boredom forces them to venture into her tiny town, but soon what appears to be a dusty used bookstore plunges them into an upside-down world of terror. Surprised wasn't there 20 different spooky endings at the end of that. Sounds like a GYG blurb. This book, it's really good. You know, I actually quite like it. I'm not kidding. What do you expect? I hate everything about this book. Every little detail. This isn't no Planet of the Lawn Gnomes, and whilst I have issues with it, I actually think this is a little overhated, because I see a lot of negative reviews for this, but also a few positive? Yeah, like I said, it's a bit mixed. Some middling even. This one has got varying reviews, and I'm one of the people who are like, I actually really like this. Maybe it's a time when they read it, you know, because I think things age in Goosebumps in certain ways. Horrorland series has aged to become more hated than I think it was back when it came out. But I'm not quite sure. Either way, let's get to my upsides. The frickin' art style. Chris Finoglio, I think that's how you say it. My dog's fucking bark. He did a great job here. I think this is some really good art. And overall, it's really good. I really wouldn't deduct anything for my small negatives with it, specifically some of the art shots, obviously. I always have this shoe. Aren't great, even with like some of the best graphic novels from Goosebumps, I'd say like Ghost Beach. That one looks amazing. I haven't reviewed that one yet, but really good. It has issues. This one's no different. Every comic is going to have some issues with some shots. And also, Slappy's design is hideous. Don't let this cover fool you. He is ugly in the book. Like, trust me. And if you already hate this, I feel bad. I really like this cover art, specifically for Slappy up here, but him in the book, it's like a toddler in a suit. Maybe that's the point, maybe not. I don't know. It's really ugly. And unappealing. Unlike everything else, really. Really like a lot of the art here, like I said. So, yeah, Chris Finoglio, great job. And to all of the other artists who have contributed. Because there's also some other little art things in here for alternate covers, for issues. Moving on, the story. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the story all too much. Gotta read and find out for yourself. But it's a huge mashup type story. It takes ideas from other Goosebumps books, specifically to Slappy, so just the entire franchise, and Horrorland, so that entire franchise, and kind of merges them into one with some slight magical vibes and tropes, but also wackiness, as well as introducing, of course, its own original character, Urk. And also Curly's there, which I'll bring up real quick. Curly, my man. He's actually an upside, thank the Lord. I think Curly was handled way better here than he was in Download and Die, because Download and Die is like a cheap throw-in. Curly felt like, that's fine. That is A-okay for him to be in here. For some reason, it worked way better. And I think it's because he actually got shit to do. Curly was kind of standing off to the side for most of Download and Die, and Mobius kind of does that here when he first shows up. He does stuff. He kind of chases around the main characters. He's part of the group, or some of the main cast of villains, the bad guys. If you want to call him that. He's kind of a chill dude, as you get from his one-liner, baby. Oh, yeah. We'll show this real quick. Oh, yeah. So, Curly has one line of dialogue, and I will read it to you and show you the piece. The spoilers for anything, but this is a spoiler review. Hey, cool, what do you think? And he's showing off his glasses here. It's so weird. It's the only line of dialogue in the entire book, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love more. But, yeah, Curly speaks at the very end of the book. Which is cool. And I like the ending, too. It's like, this could have been a series where it could continue and been better. Because, moving on now, I really like the story. I really like how it's mashed up, but it's also doing something new, and it's a great arc, and there's good arcs in it, involving the main characters kind of, you know, getting over their differences. They're both siblings, by the way. Michael, they're not dating. If y'all, if you know, you know. Arc! Here we go. Finally bringing it up. We're still in upsides, obviously, but I have things negative involving her that mostly just derive from the entirety of the story. They affect, the negatives we're going to bring up soon affect everything, but Arc, my girl, woman, whatever, she's great. She's a great little addition to this story that I did not see coming at all. I thought she'd be like the main central side character, and I wasn't wrong at all. But what she turned out to be was something more than what you'd expect from a Goosebumps book. And, some of y'all might groan, some of you might be like, she's a villain turned good guy role. Basically, redemption arc. It's unneeded, I guess. It was not exactly needed because she didn't do anything inherently evil, but there's also other things shoved in there involving proving oneself and acceptance and shit like that. Good shit, nonetheless. Yeah, Arc, this little this little being right here, she has an arc, which is really nice. All right, I'm not gonna go into in detail, but at the end, Urk finally has some friends, and it's these two girls. Before anyone asks, yes, they're both girls. And Urk. All three of them are girls. I know one of them looks like a man, and I thought for years before I even got to read or own the book that they were the dude. They're all girls. It shocked me. So, don't judge the book by its cover, literally.
I am going to eat your soul.
Urk is great. The whole story is really good, but it has some issues involving pacing. Yeah, pacing. And also length. Man, that length could have just been a little longer, you know? If it was a little longer, I think I would have gotten a lot more pleasure out of it. That's what she said. But for real, though, if this story was a little longer, I think it would have been better. We could have built up Urk's character more, because let me tell you, this is, like, not a lot of pages. We could have built up the characters more, especially Urk, and that's what I mean when it comes to pacing. We're blasting through these arcs. I think the pace is still relatively steady for what it is. It's a good, steady pace. It's just a really fast, steady pace. At least it's consistent. So, you know, I like consistent pacing. If it's a fast book, cool. At least be consistent. But here, it doesn't work in its favor since it is a comic. Shorter pages, and obviously, it didn't, you know, do the full arc, I feel, for everybody. This was twice as long. We could have gotten so much more character depth. We could have learned more about Urk or our main characters. Who knows? I think this should have been 6 or 5 issues. It really could have benefited from even one extra issue, or just a few more pages of, you know, stuff. That's how I feel about it anyways. Maybe when I reread it someday, I'll feel differently. Maybe I'll think it needs even more, maybe like 10, but who knows. Pacing, like I said, really fast, doesn't benefit from that. Could have been slower to really, you know, get through things, and then of course with that it could have been longer. This could have been the same story, just way longer to get, you know, all the nooks and crannies all filled in with the cement, I guess. The cement of character development and story structure. Yeah, good book though. Nonetheless, I think it's really good. And some of the hate I don't quite get, but I do kind of understand it. It might be art style related issues, might be, of course, pacing issues. But I think Urk's arc was unnecessary, which I kind of almost feel you there. But either way, let's get to my rating. Monsters at Midnight gets an 8.5 out of 10. yeah, I quite like this comic, and I think it is easily the best of the IDW comic series. Chris Finoglio, I think, great job doing art here, and Jeremy Lambert, right? Yeah, great job writing the story. I wish y'all got a little bit more room to work with, though, you know. But yeah, overall, really good. And if you have 30, 40, 50 minutes to spare, if you're a slow reader, of course. I'm a bit of a slow reader, so it took me about an hour to get through it. It's not bad at all. Really check it out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and tell me what you think about Monsters at Midnight down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.